Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I thought I would do another Valentine's look. This one is slightly more of a fuller face makeup look compared to the last one I did. The last one was a very pretty pink one. This is much more full coverage and a bright red lip, more something you'd wear in the evening time. So first of all I'm just going to quickly fill in my brows, and for this I'm using the Soap & Glory Brow Archery in the shade Brownie Points. And then to set them, I'm using actually a new product for me. This is the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper, and I have mine in the shade medium to dark. Then moving on to eyes, I'm using the Colour Tattoo from Maybelline in the shade Creme de Nude to act as a eye primer, and then I go ahead and just set that with some powder afterwards. Then I'm going with this Kiko eyeshadow. This is one of the Infinity eyeshadows in the number 204, and just use this as a transition shade. Then I'm taking this Makeup Revolution palette. This is their Flawless palette, and I'm taking this matte brown shade and I'm just going to pat this on the outer corner of my eyes, building it up, bringing it slightly into the crease, and I'm also going to pop it on the inner corner as well because I'm going to create a spotlight eye effect in this tutorial. So I just keep building up in both sections until I'm happy with the colour and the pigmentation of it, making sure I blend it out as I go along. I do join the outer and inner parts in the middle through the crease, and as you see it leave just this gap on the lid which is bare, so that we can create a spotlight look. And then I was going to go with a clean fluffy brush just to make sure everything's blended out. Then to add a bit of depth and dimension, and just to make it slightly dark on the outer corners, I'm actually taking this purple colour, which is really pretty, and I just thought I'd add a little hint of colour, nothing too crazy. I'm literally putting this on the same places I put that original brown shade. Again, and I'll go in with a clean fluffy brush and just make sure everything is thoroughly blended. Oh no. Taking this NYX contour palette, and I'm taking the very light shimmery highlighting shade and using this to highlight under my brow bone, or to highlight my brow bone in fact. Then for the spotlight effect, I'm taking a Barry M fine glitter dust. This is the number 15, and to act as an adhesive I'm using the Max Factor Excess Shimmer in copper, and popping this on the centre of the lid and then popping the pigment on top, or the glitter on top. As you see, it just creates a really beautiful shimmer to the middle of the lid, and be careful because this falls out very badly, which is why I haven't done my face makeup, and it will go on your clothes, so be very careful. And then I'm just going back in with that same purple shade and just go around the edges of that glitter just to make sure it looks blended. Then I'm taking this MUA felt tip liner and creating quite a bold-ish wing, I guess, wing eyeliner. So I'm starting with the winged part first, and then I just drag it in to the lash line, and then once I've done that I will then go to the inner part of my eye and kind of connect everything together and just keep building up until I get the eyeliner look. And then the tricky part is then to make the other eye match, but I think I've done a relatively good job of that, as you'll see in a second. Then I'm going in with another new product. This is one of the new Revlon mascaras. This is which one is this one? I think this is the one that's kind of the all-in-one mascara. So volumizing, lengthening, all that. And I'm popping a couple of coats on because then I'm going with these really intense false eyelashes. These are actually from a brand that I have never tried before. This is from the Vintage Cosmetic Company, and these are in the style Kitty. I think they're super pretty. They are. I'd wish I trimmed them before I applied them because they were a little bit long, especially in the inner corner parts. It was slightly annoying. So if I did it again, I'd definitely trim a little bit off the ends. But I really like the style. They are quite bold, but I quite like them. And then I'm just going back in with the eyeliner just to make sure the band line's covered from the lashes. Then moving on to the face, I am using, oh goodness, I don't know what primer this is. I got it from a glossy box. I will link it down below. Then I'm going with my favourite foundation, and this is the Revlon Colourstay foundation in the shade Buff. And initially I apply it with the foundation brush, and then I do go ahead and use the Real Techniques beauty sponge just to make sure it's thoroughly blended into my skin. And then for concealer, I'm using a new concealer. There's quite a few new products in this video, which is quite good. And this is the NYX Full Coverage Concealer in Fair. I'm just popping this under my eyes. Then going back into that Makeup Revolution palette, I'm taking this more coppery brown shade. I'm using this on my lower lash line. And then going back in with that same highlight I used earlier just to highlight my inner eye or my tear duct. Then giving my lower lashes a couple of coats of that same mascara. Then I'm taking this NYX palette and I'm taking this cool shade brown and using this as a contour colour and just contouring my usual places. Then I'm going to go in the slightly warmer shade just to bronze up the rest of my face slightly. So along the forehead, temples and along my jawline. Because this is going to be a slightly more fuller coverage or a full face makeup look. Then taking this really light matte powder from the NYX palette, I'm using this to highlight under my eyes, and it's the first powder I've found that's actually light enough to give myself a slight highlight under my eyes. It's quite hard to find ones that are light enough for me. But I just used the sponge to apply it for under my eyes and then just a brush to apply it everywhere else. Then I'm taking this Kiko Soft Touch blusher in 107 and applying this to my cheeks. Then I'm taking these two highlight shades from the palette. One's more like white shimmery, the other one's more of a peachy toned. And first of all, I'm just putting the white shimmery one on my cheekbones, and then I go over the top with the peach one. I just think it was a really nice combination to go together. And then I also pop it down the centre of my nose and on my Cupid's bow like I always do. And then I just go ahead and take a big fluffy brush just to make sure everything blended together. If there's any harsh lines, just to get rid of them. And yeah. And then moving on to the bold red lip. I'm taking the Rimmel London Exaggerate lip liner in Red Diva just to outline my lips. This is slightly more of a pinker red in comparison to this liquid lipstick I'm about to use, but it's really just to help line my lips so it's easier to apply my liquid lipstick. And for liquid lipstick, I'm taking the Makeup Revolution Salvation Velvet Lacquer and this is the shade, what shade is this? Keep Trying For You. And then that is the look complete. I really hope you enjoy this Valentine's look. Please give it a thumbs up if you did and subscribe if you're not. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.